YouTube, what's happening? It is Tuesday, August 20th. As you can see, we got a full slate of baseball, and today is the 100 straight day of content picks on this channel. It has been a lot of picks. You see that season record. There's a lot of games talked about. There's a lot of units made for the season. We went about middle yesterday. Didn't really lose, didn't really win. I mean, it could have been worse, could have been better. Of course, Wu gave up 2 walks, and of course, Rojas didn't get a hit. And of course, I said, I'm taking team total Kansas City. I'm going to take the gambler's approach. I'm going to go a little greedy. And what happens? I took 5.5. What did I end up with? 5. Of course, that's how it works. But hey, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So you know who it worked out well for yesterday? I got to shout, got to give the shout out. When I see something like it and it happens, you got to shout them out. When someone comes out and says it with their chest that Corey Seager's going to hit a home run, and not only does he hit 1 in the first inning, he hits 2. I mean, I got to give the props where they're due. Came out with just a chef's kiss of a call yesterday, so I will shout out things like that when I see them. A lot of people tailed, a lot of thumbs up, well deserved. So let's go ahead. We got 15 games. Drop a like and subscribe. Let's jump to that first game right now. All right, first up, we got Arizona and Miami. Arizona is a slight to moderate favorite on the road. 7.5 is a total. It's in a dome. No worries about weather. 52% NRFI based on what they've done this year. Arizona has the runs at 5.7 for number 2, but the average is only 211 for 20th. Weird. Miami doesn't have the runs. They're 3, but they have the average at 250 at 16th and 8th. Doesn't make sense. That's weird. Okay, but yesterday was 9-6 final. So let's look closer at the pitchers. We have Cabrera going out there from Miami. Gave up 6 in his last one. Before that, a couple gems, and then average, and then got blew up against Cincy. So very up and down a little bit. So what? Let's go to Rodriguez. He's only pitched in 2 games, 6-3 and 4-3 against Colorado and Cleveland. Nothing really stands out there at all. Let's pop over to the props. We'll go Cabrera first. History shows us pretty average. Bell has a home run, but that's all he's done in his one time he's actually had success. No one else has really done anything else. Arizona versus righties. Arizona's balanced on both sides of the plate pretty much, even without Marte here in the lineup, because he's going to be out for at least 10 days because of his ankle. Probably should have already been done with it, but no, they might have probably did more damage, making him play more. So, whatever. He'll heal up. He'll be fine. Let's look at the props. Strikeouts is very up and down. Neither team striking out too much. I don't want to take those. Hits, again, very up and down. Earned runs is interesting. I looked at this because he's been shown to give up at least 2 for a while. The number's 1.5, and it's $1.69. What? I know that that's juicy, but I think I'm going to drink that juice and I'm going to take this 1.5 because Arizona's offense, yeah, the bats aren't doing well, but the runs are. If you can get me 2 runs, yeah, that's a win. So I'll take that. We're going to take that for sure. Walks. Yeah, he likes to walk, but 2.5 is, yeah. And outs, very up and down. Nice little, don't like those. Rodriguez, we shouldn't have too much since he's only had 2 starts this year. So we can look, not much success against them. So left-handers. History, that was the history for him, not just this year. This is this year for Miami versus lefties. A lot of red on the screen, only a couple 300s, and there's a lot of low 1s and 0s on there too. That ain't good. So I mean, Arizona might have to go to the money line parlay today because now it's making more sense. How did Arizona get swept by Tampa? I still don't understand that concept. They just did not like to come to Tampa, I guess. Oh no, I like it. They didn't. So different type of heat, right? Yeah, there you go. Strikeouts, very up and down. It's either 5 or 1. That's all he's going to give you. There's your choice. It's 5 or 1. Hits, pretty consistent, but 5.5. And I don't want to go under. Ooh, why is that so high? That's a high number. That feels okay. That was also counting in last year too. So for this year, just 2 games. Yeah, 5 and 1. Earned runs, walks. I'm not doing 2 props. I ain't feeling that. So let's go to the bats. I did add stolen bases to it. So now you can see like Edwards has got a stolen base in 7 out of 10 games. That, man, home runs are fun, but this might be fun too because you can see, I mean, he's doing it. So I might, yeah, occasionally like Ellie or somebody. That's why I did it, just to see. So Edwards might have to go in there. I need to do more research on like pitchers and everything, but that's just a fun one to add. HRRs, I like doing those. We got 3 Arizona dudes and Bride. Carroll's at 80%, 75 in his last 20. McCarthy 75, both are on fire. I think I'm going to leave those alone. I think I'm going to go with the fact that the offense is doing well, and I'm personally going to pop over here, and we're going to go team props, Arizona, 4.5 is plus 110. I think I'm going to rock with that. Along with Cabrera over 1.5 earned runs. I'm going to take both of them. And then we're going to put Arizona in the mainline parlay. We're going to do all three. I have a feeling Arizona is going to do their job today. That's what I'm thinking. So, should I put 3 plays in 1 play? I probably shouldn't. You know what? We're gonna take Cabrera off. We're gonna be cerebral today. We're gonna be trying to be smarter. We're gonna go Arizona team total over 4.5. Just that, because they're showing they can score runs. Just in case he throws a gem today, the bullpen's got to come in at some point. Maybe they'll give up runs. So we'll take Arizona team total over 4.5. Arizona in the moneyline parlay. Now to go to the next game. All right, game 2, Colorado and Washington. Washington is favored 145. 8 is your total. Looking over at the weather real quick. Pretty nice. Little windy. Blowing in 10 miles an hour. Can't complain. Looking at the 61% NRFI based on what they've done this year. Washington apparently is one of the best NRFI teams in general overall. So that might be a play. 4.3 runs for Colorado for 6th, 226 for 16th, 3 runs for 16th, and 240 for 11th. So Colorado has the advantage of runs. Washington has the advantage in the averages. So that's fun. Colorado striking out 17th, Washington 3rd. They don't strike out much. Looking at the pitchers, we got Gomber going out there. Gomber's been serviceable. I guess it's the word we'll use. We'll use serviceable. Hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been great. So it hasn't faced Washington recently. Hers is going out there. Dude has just been good. That's just all I can say. Dude's been good. So I would lean Hers in this one. Slightly. Gomer's not bad, but he gave up 5 one time to the Mets. Oh, that's it. Neither one's really bad, really. But I think Hers is better. Looking over at some props, look at some history while we're here. Let's do Hers first. Not much, but Tovar's got a home run and 3 at-bats against him. Jones has a home run and 2 at-bats. That's all we have. Colorado against lefties. There's some decent ones, like a 302 and a 317 for Rogers and Stallings, but outside of that, I mean, Cave is terrible, and Beck is terrible, and Strunk's terrible. You get the point. Hits, 4.5. Strikeouts, nothing's good. Earned runs, I mean, he's been good, but I feel, I'm not feeling it. None of that. Let's go to Gomber, see if he has something we can exploit. Gomber. Whole lot of nothing. Nothing going on. Washington against lefties. We got a 500. We got 286. We got a 324, but not a lot of bats. Nothing's really standing out here. Abrams has 3 home runs, but it's 147 at bats against lefties. That doesn't help me none. Let's pop over to props. Hits is very consistent, 5.5. He just gives up hits. That was San Diego. That was Dodgers. Other than that, the whole season, most recently, he's been giving up these hits. Washington's offense is mid right now. I'm not feeling that. Strikeouts, Washington is one of those teams that doesn't strike out, so that's a pass. Walks, oh look, he hasn't given up more than a walk in 9 straight games. I mean, we should bet that, right? I mean, overs plus 133, which means the under is minus 145. You could do that. I'm not going to. I got wooed yesterday. I will not get wooed again. So, outs, very up and down. Let's go to the bats. Toglia, Rogers, it's all Colorado. Oh, there's Call. Call hit a home run yesterday. Hey, somebody hit one. Good job, Call. These two are back-to-back. We're going against them. I'm not feeling anything in this game, to be honest. I don't like the side. I don't like the total. NRFI, I just don't. I don't like any of this. So I would lean the NRFI. Some people want leans. I can give you a lean. I lean the NRFI, but I'm not going to take anything in this one. And I'm just going to pass and move on. Okay, next. All right, next up, we have the Cleveland and the Yankees. Let's see what fun way New York can find to lose today. We have Yankees minus 150. 9.5 is your total. Let's look at the weather real quick, and we'll see that it's going to be pretty nice. Wind's blowing out at 10. Okay, interesting. Looking at this, disgusting. That is just nasty. Look at these numbers. 47% NRFI, I get it. But then you look at the numbers, 1.3 versus 1.7 in runs. That's 29th and 28th in the major in the last 3. $140 and $158. That's 30th and 28th. Terrible. Trash. Garbage. Just disgusting. I love it. I'm taking a NRFI, I think. So we got to look at pictures first. So let's do that. We got him Louis Gill going out there, and we can see he's been pretty good, except for his last game against the White Sox of all teams. It was weird. But before that, dude's been good. So yeah, he is capable of getting a NRFI for us, I believe. Matthew Boyd's going out there. He's pitched one game. It was good. I mean, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. So I mean, why not? We're doing it. Don't care. Today is Don't Care Tuesday. Don't care. Everyone's like, oh, it's Dinger Tuesday. Nah, son, it is NRFI Tuesday. It's NRFI time. Now watch like 12 NRFIs hit today. So I don't care. I don't care. These pitchers are good. These numbers are trash. We're going NRFI. That's a fact. Let's go over here, see if we got anything else because, yeah, let's look. Gil. Nothing stands out there. Gil, Cleveland versus righties. We got some 2s. It's average. Nothing stands out there. And then we also want Gil's props. Very up and down. Nothing consistent. Up and down. I need some consistency on something here, Gil. Can you give me some consistency? No, you can't. Garbage. And we go to Boyd. We should look at his history, which there is a little bit of history. Not much, though. Against lefties, a lot of red for New York. Even Soto's 289. Judge is still 300, but it's because it's Judge, but still a lot of red. Ugh, okay. Hits 4.5. I don't trust New York at all to do anything. So, okay. Earned runs, walks. I mean, we're including the last 2023 as well. So, but for the season, pass on all that. And there's not a single one in. All we have is HRRs, stolen bases, and home runs. Way down here is just, terrible, disgusting game. What's the over/under? 9.5. How are you going to score 9 runs? I don't know. So I'm taking. Last time I did a NRFI under combo, it was when Seattle scored 8 runs in the first inning. So we're doing it again. Why not? We're gonna have fun today. Under 9.5. That's what we're gonna do. NRFI under 9.5 next game. All right, next up we got Cincinnati and Toronto. Toronto is slightly favored at home. 9.5 is the total. It is in Toronto, so we do not have to worry about the weather. So we can see the numbers here. 49% NRFI based on what they've done this year. Better than last game, 2.7 and 2.0. Still both in the bottom 10 in runs. Advantage Cincy slightly. 232, 206, slight advantage Cincy in this one as well. And Cincy striking out 25th, meanwhile Toronto is 14th. So again, Cincy has a slight advantage in the offense. Looking at the pitchers, we got Spires going out there. We can see he got roughed up against Milwaukee, but outside of that, he's been decent, serviceable, average. I don't know what you want to call him. Cheerios is going out here. Barrios. Last 2 games have been just great 7-inning starts. Cannot complain. Before that, the Yankees got him for 5. It's baseball. Everything's up and down. Who knows? But still, pretty good. Hasn't faced the Reds recently. Let's look over at the props. I'm not seeing anything that stands out so far because to me, both pitchers are doing good. Okay. Let's start with Spires since we are talking. He popped up first. No history. Toronto versus righties. A lot of green. Nothing really. Vladdy's still 314 even though he's red because he's better against lefties as a higher average, but we still got some good numbers. There's some 1s on there. It's okay. Strikeouts, not feeling that. Earned runs, 2.5. He is maybe. Yeah, 2.5. That was against St. Louis, and that was against the Cubs. But other than that, Miami, Detroit, Pittsburgh, teams that just don't really have much offense is getting runs. I might take this. I might take that. We'll come back. It's what was it? 130. Ugh. That's pretty consistent too. But 15.5. He's done 15 3 out of 4 games. No shot. We'll come back. I have another thought in mind. Let's do Barrios now. A lot of history. Nothing really stands out in the history. Okay, cool. Cincy versus righties. Cincy's averages against everybody except for Dela Cruz is just not good. So, hits, strikeouts. 2. How do you get 10 one game and nothing the next? That's hilarious. Earned runs. Gotten better. Walks. Outs. See, I like the earn runs, but then I look at it and I'm like, the offenses don't seem that good. So it's like, do I or not? I don't know. Let's look at the bats. We have Stevenson. That's all we have. What's Stevenson's history against Barrios? Let's look. Just curious. He's 0-for-1. Okay, that doesn't help me none. Okay. For me, I lean since I lean that over 2.5 earned runs. I lean that, but you can see Toronto's offense isn't exactly popping off right now, so I kind of want to lay off it. But I lean it. I'm gonna give lean. If I don't give a play, I'll at least give you a lean or two. So I'll do that. So I'm gonna pass on this game completely, but I do lean that. So we'll move to the next game. All right, next up we got Baltimore and the Mets. Mets are a slight favorite, 8.5. Look a little bit at the weather outside. Pretty good. Wind's blowing. Can't complain. Good stuff. Everything's pretty average. Baltimore's kind of lower 10 offense, 2.7 to $1.54. The NRFI is 61%. Based on what they've done this year, 3.3 and 237. That's 15th and 13th for the Mets. So the Mets get a slight advantage in the offense here. Looking at the pitchers, we got Kramer going out there. You see what he has done recently. Some up, some down. Same for Quintana for the Mets. Same story. Some up, some down. So nothing really stands out for the pitchers. For the history, we have we got Kramer first. History, no one stands out. They've seen him a bunch of at bats. We got Lindor's 667 and 3 with 2 RBIs. That plays a point because he's the only green over here in the last 10 at 100% in the last 5. So I will be taking Lindor HRR. We're gonna do that today. So we're gonna take Lindor over 1.5 HRR. We got a couple other props I liked as well. When we come back and show the history against righties. Yeah, pretty decent stuff. For the props itself, hits 4.5. I didn't really feel that one. Didn't like strikeouts or earned runs. Walks though, I'm taking the walks because when I see this, yeah, I did say that, but then I got wooed yesterday, and there was another game I could have took 9 out of 10, and it just. I'm skeptical now. So I like the Lindor, but this, he's been. It's not like, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Kramer over 1.5 walks. If I get destroyed on walks again today, based on some of these plays, I am going to ban walks. Like I've already banned the Yankees from the parlays, and I think I'm banning Phillies too. Just I'm throwing some bans out there finally. You shouldn't ban, but guess what? I'm gonna do what I want. It's my money, so I'm gonna do it. Let's look at Quintana's history. What's he got? Whole lot of nothing. Nothing really stands out. Baltimore versus lefties, not as good. I mean, Mountcastle and Adley are, but no one else really is. So. That's why I don't really want to take this hit prop, even though it looks good. That's why I'm not taking it. Hits, earn runs, walks, and outs, nothing good. So I'm taking Lindor on the bats. I'm going to take that Kramer walk prop. I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not picking a total. I'm not taking a NRFI. Nah, none of that. We'll take those two, move on to the next game. All right, we got a fun one. We got Philly and Atlanta. Speaking of teams that are going to ban most likely. Philly, minus 134, 8.5 is a total. Weather should be pretty nice. Wind's blowing straight out at 9 miles an hour. That could help some fly balls. Could. We'll see. Pitchers. Nope, bats. Go here first. 36% NRFI based on what they've done this year. Both offenses top 10 in both averages and runs. Runs 4 to 5.3, advantage Atlanta. 300 to 280, advantage Philly. So both offenses are pretty good right now. Looking at the pitchers, we got Wheeler going out there. You can see what he's done. Ignore that game, but you can see what he's done. Pretty good. Now Lopez is going out there for Atlanta. His first game back since the 28th. So, I mean, when he was there, you can see he was a stud. So I think he has some soreness, and then I just want to rest him for a little bit. So, yeah. See how he does in his first game back. Look at the props. We start with him. And he has some history. Turner has a home run at 8 at bats with a 375 average. Castellanos 313. So we got some history here to look at. Philly versus righties. Yeah, pretty decent across the board. 300. Nothing bad stands out really. So look at the props. Strikeouts. Both teams are in the top 5 of not striking out recently, so I don't want to take this, especially with his first game back. I want to see how he does, see if he's feeling great. So hits, yeah, see he gave up so many hits. You can tell that arm was starting to die out a little bit. Earn runs is up. Walks was probably, yep. So Okay, we're not taking any of those. Wheeler, let's look at him. He has a ton of history versus Braves lineup. We got 40, 20, 16, 33, 18. Look at all these at bats. And look at some of these averages. 300, okay. 250, okay. 389 for, yeah, but yeah. So I have a feeling somebody on the Braves is hitting a home run today. Question is, who? I don't know. Take your pick. You have choices. So, and against righties, you can see how Atlanta's been doing. Some are great, some are not. Typical Braves. So, strikeouts is 6.5. Atlanta's not striking out much. Hits, very up and down. Earned runs, walks. Walks are high. There we go with that walks again. Ooh, no. No, I think in this one, I looked at the bats already too, and we see we got a lot of HRs, a lot of them doing good recently, especially in the last 5. So with both offenses being good, and we have one pitcher coming back from a 3 to 4 week layoff, I think 8.5. I think that's what I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the over 8.5 in this one. No side in this one. No team totals. I just want 9 runs. I don't care how you do it. Just get 9 runs for me, and let's move on to the next game. All right, next up, Milwaukee, St. Louis. St. Louis slightly 7.5 total. Looking at the weather for St. Louis, you can see it's going to be pretty good. Wind blowing in at 6, nothing to really worry about. 53% NRFI. Milwaukee's on a 5-game winning streak. 3 runs, a $1.93 for Milwaukee, 25th in average, 16th in runs. St. Louis, 4 runs, 240, 10th and 11th. So we got to lean St. Louis in the offense, basically. Let's look at the pitching to see if anything matters. We got Montes going out there, and Frankie has been 3 games, and they've been 3 pretty decent games. Can't complain. Fetty's going out there, and Fetty, he gave it 4 runs last one. Before that, threw a pretty good game. You can see what he's done. Nothing's truly standing out here. Let's look at the props, see what we got, see if anything stands out. So far, I mean, yeah, so far it's a pass. Nothing's leaning. Nothing's so. I don't even have a lean yet. So, Hoskins has 3 home runs and 29 at bats with a 310 average. Are you over here, buddy? There you are. You're 2 out of 5 and you're 5 out of 10. That ain't good. Those aren't good numbers. I don't like that. It's not good enough for me. Some people will take that because they'll see it. I'm not. I'm just not. Now, Contreras, 8 at bats, 2 home runs. Are you on the list? You're down here 50%, 10, 40%, 5. Again, I don't like that either. So, okay, we got some good matchups, but nothing's truly standing out. Against righties, Milwaukee's pretty good all around, both sides. There's a couple that aren't, but most everybody is. So, hits, strikeouts, earned runs, walks, outs. I mean, there's no consistency anywhere for Fetty. Let's pop over here to Montes now, see if you got anything for us. Nolan Arenado's got him something. Let's see if you're on the list. You're number 1. You're the only one. Him and Adams. Okay. So we see he's got 375 with a home run with a 1.1 OPS, and you're 7 out of 10. The last one, I will take that. Add you to my list. Arenado over 1.5 HR. There we go. You're on the list. Welcome, friend. Outside of that, no one's really done anything impressive. Against this, nothing stands out. There's no 300s, there's no zeros. So strikeouts has gone up. Okay. How are the strikeouts doing for these? Oh, St. Louis is number 1. Yeah, not a shot. I'm about to say no. No way. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't play with them. Can't win with them. Oh, what was that? Look at the walks. 2.5. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah, no. Okay. So we saw what we like. Okay, so only thing I'm going to take this one, I'm going to take Arenado to get over 1.5 HR and move on to the next game. All right, we got Detroit and Chicago, and Detroit's up to their just shady ways. They're just not putting pitchers out again. Detroit loved them, and Milwaukee loved to just play with the pitcher game. So I have no information on who's pitching for them. Yes, the Cubs are 160, 7.5. We'll look at what we can. We have the weather. It's the Cubs. We can see great day. Wind blowing in 11 miles an hour. So total's probably going to be low. 7.5. Okay. 50% NRFI based on what they've done so far. 2.3 versus 3. That's 23rd and 16th. Advantage Chicago. 15th and 27th for 230 and 168. Advantage Detroit. Through game we had that word. That doesn't make any sense. And Detroit has a ton of strikeouts. So that's what they do. So pitcher. We got Assad going out there. That's all I know about. And Assad has been decent so far. No bad numbers there. Got to take that. Pretty good. Now, he's only pitching 4 in the last 3 times, so I figured by now they would up it a little bit, but no, they're just keeping him right at 4. That's what works for him. It works. All right, whatever. We will look at I have one prop. I can look at his strikeouts. That's it, and that's going to be a no shot, no chance. But we can look at history. That's probably the more important thing. Nothing is really. We have a couple home runs and 3 at bats. And Detroit versus righties, Carpenter's 302, and he's got a home run. Is Carpenter on this list? Let's look. No, it's Parker Meadows. Parker Meadows is the only one. How's Parker Meadows doing? 221 against righties, and against Assad, he is 1 for 3, so I'll pass on that. So I don't have anything else to look at. Parker's the only one here. It's just not good. There's nothing that stands out, so I don't even have a lean in this one. So pass. Next game. All right, next up, Pittsburgh and Texas. Texas is slightly favored. 8 is your total. It's in a dome. There's no weather there to worry about. 59% NRFI, 4.3 and 214 for Pittsburgh. That's 6th and 19th in the last 3. Texas, 4.0, 245. That's 10th and 9th in the last 3. So again, another one where Pittsburgh gets the runs. Texas has the average. It doesn't make sense today. It's very weird. Both teams, middle of the road in strikeouts. Today, Mitch Keller is going out there pitching the ball for the Pirates. You can see he's given up a 777 and a 888. So trends would say he's going to give up a 999 today. But yeah, no. So yeah, he's been roughed up a little bit. That's the best way to put it. Bradford's going out here for Toronto, for Texas. I saw the T. Texas, and in his few games, his last 3 games, he's been pretty good. Cannot complain. So far, I'd probably give the advantage to Texas slightly. Let's look at the props. See what we got. See if anything stands out. Bradford first. 0 history. Pittsburgh versus lefties. Bart loves lefties. 442 with 4 home runs and only 43 at bats. That is crazy. Outside of that, is Bart on this list? Oh, look, he's the only one on this list, and he crushes lefties more than anyone. So guess who's going on my list? Bart over 1.5 HRR. I got to do it. I got to do it. Look at those numbers. Even head-to-head and 70%. Yeah, and he's getting Bradford, who he hits 442 against lefties. That's crazy. Okay. Anyways, I digress. Let's look at some props. Over strikeouts, runs, walks. Nah, none of that. I'm good. I got what I want so far. I got what I came for. Did you find everything you want when you check out? Sure did. I got me a Bart. There we go. Now let's look at Keller. You got any delicious sales going on? Grossman 625. We already looked at the thing. There's no one else to look at on the bats, so yeah, not good. And then against righties, no one stands out. So let's see, hits, strikeouts, going down, earned runs, walks, and outs. Yeah, I'm not feeling any of it. You can have fun, play what you want. I don't like a side. I don't like a total. I like Bart. I got my Bart 1.5. I'm not going to play anything else. Next game. All right, Boston and Houston. Houston slight favorite, 8.5. We are in Houston, so we shouldn't have to worry about weather. Yep, it's in a dome. So like I thought, 50% nervy based on what they've done this year. Houston's on a 3-game winning streak. Houston is, what, 12 games over 500 now? Remember when they started off terrible? Yeah, so do I. Yeah, now they're not. So 3.7 versus 4.3. That's 14th for 6 advantage Houston. 255 versus 320. That's 5th for 2nd. Both offenses are batting great, but you still advantage Houston slightly. And neither team is 9 strikeouts versus 9.3. So overall, I mean, the numbers, Houston has the advantage, but not by much in a lot of them. So pitchers, we got Pivetta going out there. You can see what Pivetta's done. I mean, some up, some down, some absolutely terrible. So Blanco's going out there. Nothing in 6. Yeah, Blanco has better numbers. Yeah, the best way to put it, better numbers. I would lean Blanco for sure. Let's go to outlier. Let's dig around a little bit, see some history, what we got going on, what's popping. Blanco, nothing stands out here. Against righties, Boston's pretty good both sides of the play against everybody, so nothing. Yoshida's at 335. Yoshida, are you over here? You're number 1. Look at that, Yoshida. Oh, and then Jordan. I haven't got Jordan yet, but we're gonna type in Yoshida over 1.5 HRR. I like it, 80%, and yeah, he 335 with 7 with a .9 OPS. I'll take that. Devers at 320 through 20. Is Devers on here too? No, Devers is just below a 60, but he has 4 out of 5 and 7. D% of his 20, but just under the last 10. So I think I'm gonna leave him off. I think I'm just gonna take Yoshida. I like that. If Jordan's there, I'll take him too. I think 80% might be my new cutoff. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Let's look at some props. Hits, up and down, earned runs, walks, outs. Nothing. No consistency. Nothing looks good. Let's pop over to Blanco. We already did Blanco. I did that backwards, didn't I? Probably. Whatever. We'll do Pivetta now. This is Pivetta's history. Pivetta has a bunch of red. Houston does not do good against Pivetta. Houston versus righties. Ooh, nothing's really looking that good. And we want Pivetta. We just did Pivetta. Yeah. Okay, this is Blanco. Outs. There we go. Got it right. Thought I was backwards. I'm not. Too much coffee this morning, I think. So very up and down so far for Blanco. No, 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 not like any of that. So yeah, we went through all those. We looked at Pivetta, we looked at Blanco, just make sure. Yeah, we looked through all that. So we looked at the bats. I got Yoshida out. What was Jordan? That's what I wanted to see. Was you? Let's just open him up. It doesn't matter who it is. I want Jordan versus Pivetta. Alvarez, where you at? My blind, there it is. He is 0 for 5. Okay, we shall leave him alone. Altuve's got a home run, and the only thing he's ever done. So, yeah. All right. So, people, I would probably lean Houston in the money line, but then you see Pivetta does pretty great, so I would probably lean away from it. So, I got Yoshida over 1.5 HRR. I'm not going to take anything else. Next game. All right. Next up, we got LAA versus KC. KC is almost minus 200. 8.5 is the total. Let's look over at the weather. We're looking for. So I'm gonna pass it. There it is. KC, pretty good day. Wind blowing in slightly 6, nothing to worry about. 50% NRFI. KC 5-game winning streak. Angels 3-game losing streak. 2.3 and up 204. That's 23rd and 22nd for LA. KC number 1 on both. 8.7 and 327. 5-3 final yesterday. Of course, I took 5.5 being greedy, and they only gave me 5. What can you do? That's betting sometimes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So whatever. All right, so let's look at the pitchers. Tyler Anderson's going out there for LA. Got roughed up against Toronto last time, but you can see what he's done. Has to face KC recently. Reagans is going out there. Been pretty good recently, so I got to give Reagans the advantage of pitching. I got to give KC the advantage, big advantage in the bats. KC's going in the mainline parlay. Maybe I won't say it too loud, and maybe it'll actually hit. It actually hit yesterday. The mainline parlay was KC and San Diego. It hit. Woo. Woo, it's 2-gamer. Sometimes you gotta do a layup for it to hit. So let's pop the props. Oh, Mr. Anderson is where we're starting, huh? Okay, cool. Oh, Perez, 17 home run, 9.8. That's a lot of history. I like that. Perez, are you over here? Ooh, no. Everyone's 60 or lower. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mean, it's a lot of green, yes. Against lefties, they're not the best, but they're not bad. I mean, Witt's still 337, so, and Perez is still 317, so I kind of still like Perez. I kind of still like him based on the history and everything. All right, I'm taking it. I'm going against my own rule. I normally don't take a 60, but I'm doing it. Perez over 1.5 HR. I like it, so I'm going to do it. I don't care. Don't care. So let's pop back. Let's look at some props for Mr. Anderson. Nope. How are strikeouts? I didn't even look. Oh, back that up. Hold up a minute. Anderson. Not Anderson. No, we want Reagan strikeouts. We'll get to that in a minute. What was Casey doesn't strike out much, do they? 13th, which is high for them. That's high. They're usually in the top 5. But still, I'm not gonna take that. No. That's consistent, but no. All right, now I want to see. Reagans, let's do the matchup first. A lot of them. Adele's got a home run, 429. Are you over here? I mean, everybody's yellow. Ward is the top one. There's Adele. Ugh. those are not good. Okay. Ooh, how's Ward doing? Ward 333, nothing, no real history. Okay. Against lefties, Ward is 363, 355, 407. Okay. Let's look at strikeouts. 6.5 against the team that's striking out the most in the majors right now. Head to head, he only had 3 back in May. That's fine. The whole season, he strikes out over. He's gone over 6.5, 64 times. Well, I guess I'm taking it. Reagan's over 6.5 Ks. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you just have to do it. So just because of this stat right here, 13 strikeouts, they're 30th in the last 3, they're 30th in the last week, they're 22nd in the last 2 weeks. Angels are just striking out everything. So I got a strikeout pitcher who was 5th in the majors in strikeouts because 174 for 5th. Yeah, we'll take that. So those are the props. Let's see. Let's go back to look at the rest of them. Hits, earn runs, walks, outs. Consistent, but no. And we saw the bats. So I'm going to take Perez over 1.5 HRR against my own good judgment and breaking my own rules. And I'm taking Reagan's over 6.5 strikeouts. And KC will be in the moneyline parlay next game. Next up, Tampa Bay, Oakland. Tampa Bay slight favorite on the road. 7.5 is your total. Looking at the weather, we have it at pretty nice. No rain, 9 miles an hour blowing out. Could help out. Maybe. We'll see. Looking at the stats, 48% NRFI base what they've done this year. 4.7 and 241 for Tampa, which is 5th and 10th. However, yesterday they had no runs and batted .067. So yeah, do with that what you will. Oakland 2.3, 217. That's 23rd and 18th. And they also didn't do that well yesterday. 3 runs, 231. But they won the game. That's what matters. So both teams striking out bottom 15 as well. So Baz is going out there. Baz, you can see what he has done. They finally let him go 7 innings. Pretty nice. Pretty good. Can't complain. S is going out there for Oakland. S is, again, but I mean, pretty good. They're about equal. I don't see real advantage either way in these two. So let's go to the props, see if anything stands out. Because right now, I don't lean either way. So we'll go Baz first since he popped up first. 0 for 1, nothing else. Against righties, Oakland, Yee, no one stands out. Okay. 2024 hits 4.5. Oakland's bats are kind of struggling. I mean, both teams' bats are kind of struggling. Nothing. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those games that just kind of trash. It's like it's there. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, I'm just not. Nothing. Yep, they're just more nothing. Oh, a bunch of more nothing. Okay, cool, great. Hits. There's not going to be a single prop, is there? Just nothing's going to look good. Nothing. That's what I thought. Any bats look good? Low. Stolen bases. Dude has hit 7 out of 10 stolen bases. What? That's crazy, which means he gets on base that much to actually steal the base. So, I mean, who needs a home run parlay? How about a stolen base parlay? I might take him, the guy from earlier. I might do it at the end. I might have a stolen base parlay. Let me just make a little category real quick. Stolen bases. That'd be a fun parlay. Sweat. Everybody sweats out home run parlays, lotto tickets. I got stolen base lotto ticket, so that's fun. We'll do that. Outside of that, let's be honest, this game's kind of trash. I don't like nothing. I'm gonna pass. I don't even lean anything, to be honest. I lean nothing. I lean away, as in you should stay away, because I'm staying away. We got plenty of other things. Next game. Next up, Minnesota, San Diego. It's pretty much a pick 'em in this one. 7.5 is total. Weather, pretty good. No wind, great day. 53% nervy based on what they've done. Both offenses top 6, 4.3, 5.0, advantage San Diego. Batting average, different story. 202 versus 255. That's only 53-point difference, but that is 5th and 23rd advantage San Diego. And San Diego doesn't strike out. They're first. Minnesota, 11th, not bad. So pitchers today, we got Odubert going out there for Minnesota. Mr. 6 innings himself goes out there. You can see pretty good. Can't complain. Let's see. Perez is going out there for San Diego. Also, pretty good numbers outside of this one game against Philly and that game against Milwaukee, but the last 4 games, pretty good. So let's look at props. So far, we got a pitcher duel going on this one. We'll start with Perez, and we just talked about him, and he popped up first. Miranda has 2 home runs and 6. Let's look at the bats. Who is here? We have Peralta, Castro, Louis, and Merrill. Okay, good to know. Castro is 11 at bats, 273. Who else was it? While we're here, let's go ahead and look at the other one. Oh, the rest are just Padres. Okay. So no one else is really standing out here. Against lefties, Minnesota does well against lefties. These are pretty decent numbers. Even the red ones, except for like 2, everybody else is pretty decent. So outs, hits, 3.5 hits. That seems high. I feel like he could hit that. Because Minnesota's offense, their offense is kind of struggling though. Yeah. Okay, we'll pass. Earned runs, walks. Okay. Come over here. Whoa, what was that? Obear. Whoa, that's a lot of green. That's a lot of green in a row, which means it's probably not going to hit. So, all right, let's start. Let's look at the stuff first. No history at all to really worry about. No one's doing nothing against righties. Who are the 4? We got Peralta, Louis, and Merrill. Let's look at them. Peralta has 263 against righties. Not good. Merrill's 318. That might be a play. You have a history. You have no history. Peralta's 0 for 2. So, and Louis 320 and has no history as well. So I think I like Merrill, to be honest. I think I like it. Merrill is 70%, and he's been green a lot of categories, and it's pretty much a pick 'em. Yeah, we're gonna take Merrill. Let's do that. 0.5 HRR. I love me some HRR. They're so fun. No stolen bases, no home runs. Santana's the highest home run down here. Okay. Let's go back to Obear. Let's keep digging around. Now this looks sketchy. I'm just gonna say it looks sketchy because he's facing San Diego, whose offense is doing good. But this, I mean, he barely, like, all you gotta do is go 5 2/3, and that's a loss. And I mean, I think he was at 100-something pitches in the 5th inning when he got here to this game last time. So against my better judgment, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I have a feeling. I don't know. There's something saying don't touch it. It's a trap. It's a box with a string, with a plate. It's a trap. Yeah, strikeouts has gone down. It's not. It's not. No. You're not going to get me. No. I don't think so. I think I'm going to. Yeah. I like Gobert, so I'm not going to take San Diego to win. I'm not going to take a side or a total. I got Merrill HRR. I think that's good enough. I don't want anything else. Next game. Next up, Chicago and San Fran. San Fran's 245. That's a large number with a 6.5 total. Weather is going to be, that's not the weather, that's the weather. Weather 0, winds blowing out at 9. That doesn't help the under at all, does it? It helps the over a little bit. 6.5 is a lot. Let's look at the props. 58% NRFI, 1.3 versus 3.0. That's 29th and 30th. 29th and 26th, 29th and 16th. I cannot talk right now. I'm slipping up. Advantage San Francisco barely. If you count 3 versus 1.3 an advantage, it's an advantage. 202 versus 253, 51 point difference. That's 23rd and 7th. So you got to give San Fran the slight advantage in the offense. Strikeouts, they're both in the bottom 7, 22nd and 25th. So pitchers, why is this number 6.5, you ask? Well, Davis Martin's going out there, and dude's been the last 2 games been pretty good. Gave a 4 to Oakland, so okay. And then Robbie Ray gave a 5 earned with just terrible first inning when he pitched. So he didn't even get out. He got 2 outs, and that's as far as he got before he got pulled. So yeah. So why is this 6.5? I mean, it's 6.5. Yeah. Okay. Let's the offense. I don't know. Let's go to props. So far, I'm taking it over. If I see a 6.5, I'm taking it over from now on. I don't care who's pitching. I don't care the circumstances. Davis Martin. Start there. Boop, boop. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, San Fran struggles against righties somewhat. Yeah, okay, sure, but it's 6.5. It's on sale. I want it. It's on sale for a reason, though. Why is it on sale? Is it clearance? Like trying to get rid of it? So there's a reason. There's something here. It's strikeouts, earned runs, walks. Nothing there. Okay, let's look over here. Robbie Ray. You expect Robbie Ray to have an amazing game all of a sudden after? I mean, are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, nothing stands out, and we got some decent numbers here, but again, nothing standing out. I know it's Chicago in 2024. Nothing screaming, oh, I'll take the under. Nothing. Look over here. We got Benintendi, Fisher, Baldwin. We got a lot of head-to-head greens over here. That's a first. That's a lot of weird. Okay. I gotta do it. I don't care. You give me that number, I take it. Over 6. Yeah, I take that deal. Damn good deal. I take that. So 6.5 all day. I don't care. Don't care about the weather. Don't care about nothing. I'm taking it. So other than that, I don't want to take a side. I don't want to take I'm not trusting Robbie Ray again. I can't do it. Not till he shows me he can not do that again. So I'll take the over. That's all I'm gonna do. Next game. All right, last game. Seattle and the Dodgers. LA is 146, 8.5 is the total. Looking a little bit at the weather, we see it's supposed to be pretty nice. Wind blowing out slightly at 8. That could help, maybe so. Bats 36% NRFI based on what they've done. 4 runs, 225 for Seattle in their last 3, which is 10th to 17th. But yesterday was 0 and a .071 batting average. That was terrible. So I mean, that's a cliff fall right there if you've seen one. 2.3, a $1.83. That's 23rd and 26th for LA. So the offenses aren't doing too good right now. And Seattle's back to holding their throne as one of the worst strikeout teams in the majors. It's terrible. So pitchers, NRFIs on the table. Let's see if we can find some pitchers that we like. Yeah, Bryce Miller has been good. That's all I'm gonna say. He's just good. You can see the numbers. Bueller is going out there. He's not been. I mean, the one game he went 4 walks. I mean, it was his first game in like 2 months. That's okay. I kind of still want to do the NRFI. Seattle's offense has fallen off. Dodgers are not doing great. They're downtrending too. I kind of like it. Let's look at the props. See if anything, maybe. I'm leaning NRFI. I'm leaning it. Let's see what we got. Bueller history. You have 2 home runs and 6 at bats. What? Let's look at this. Freddie's the only one on the list. Okay, Freddie. Let's see. Nothing else stands out. A bunch of 2s, a couple 1s. Nothing stands out. Do I have like no pitcher props today. I just realized that. It's not a pitcher day. It's Dinger Tuesday. Maybe that's why. Let's see. It's dinger. You can have dingers and NRFIs. They can coexist together. They can live together in harmony. Just no dingers in the first inning. How hard is that? You have 8 other innings to choose from. So I don't like any of that. Now let's go to Bryce. Bryce, what you got for me? You have anything? Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, 300 for Freddie's 300. Holt Honey is 302. Outs. Yeah, you've been hitting up, but then you kind of fall off, and then I bet you come down to like it. I wouldn't be surprised if you're right here at 15 today. Wouldn't be surprised. Strikeouts. Oh, I didn't look at your strikeouts. Ugh. Okay, yeah, good. I don't care how much you strike out. That if you're not a strikeout pitcher, you ain't striking people out. I don't care. The hits have gone down a little bit. That's good. Earned runs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the walks. Sure, got some walks here. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm not taking it. Nah, I got 1 walk prop. I'm taking that 1. That's all I'm doing is Kramer over walks. I will take over walks, not under walks. That's what I'm gonna do. Over walks only. So, yeah. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a NRFI Tuesday. I'm not taking a side because the offenses are kind of bad. Pitchers, I would lean Seattle, but outside of that, I got the NRFI. That's all I need. 6 simple outs. What more do you need than a NRFI on Dinger Tuesday, last game of the day? Come on. You got everything you need. 6 outs, you're good to go. So that's it for this one. We're going to call it a day right there. All right, that's it. That's all 15 games broken down. We only passed on a couple games today. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 games we passed on. I didn't really identify anyone for home runs, but anybody who's on the HRR could be a home run. So Lindor, Kramer, Arenado, Yoshida, right? There's options. There's plenty. The fun thing is I went back and looked. There was one in the first game. I got a 2-game stolen base parlay. Why not? Because looking at the props over here, you can see Edwards and Lau are the only two in the 70% in the last 10 on stolen bases. So why don't you put them together? You end up with, watch your eyes, it's going to get bright for a second. You can see 230 plus 425 gives you a 1633. That's pretty good odds. Obviously, that'll change throughout the day, but you know, can't complain with that. We're going to put them two together. Now, I'm not putting a full unit on it. Obviously, this is going to be flip the side. You know, I'm going to put 0.1 units on it just because. Why not have fun with it? So outside of that, I got to figure out home runs. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll do it later. If you have a home run, put it, especially if you think it's going to hit, put it in the comments. I need some home runs today because I didn't really identify any. So outside of that, like, subscribe. Appreciate you being here. Day 100 was another fun day. I love talking sports. It's great. So outside of that, check out Outlier, link in the description. You get to see all the awesome props like this. Pretty great stuff. Outside of that, appreciate you being here. Hopefully we stay green, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.